welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a bait making video today, and what we're doing is an injection mold. Now I've done a lot with, you've seen some videos with the hand pour molds, and those are really fun, but sometimes it's nice to do the injection mold things. Some of the things that, one of the baits we're going to make today is a 3-inch for Strike King Rage Tail, or little Kitech baits. I use these a lot on the A-rigs. They're economical, they're easy to make, you can use them a lot, and where you're not using a lot of detail or wanting a lot of detail, like this is a 4-inch one, hand pour. This is a larger 6-inch hand pour. When you're not wanting that detail, or for example, like when you're throwing that A-rig where you're reeling a little bit faster, there's a lot of baits out there, a lot of flash, you don't need quite as much detail. And so spending the time that it takes to make the hand pours can be a little bit counterproductive sometimes. Now, sometimes people may say, some people will put these onto an A-rig, and that's okay. If you make them yourself, you can do whatever you want to do. A lot of times what I've been doing lately is putting the smaller 3-inch on there and then putting one hand pour on the middle arm going backwards. But what we're going to do is we're going to shoot 5 of these of the A-rig, or the like Rage Tail type. This is actually a 3-inch ripper. We're going to shoot 5 of these and show you how it's done. Now, one of the things that I have learned, and I learned it kind of the hard way, is heat is your friend. You want to get that mold good and hot. So what I've went down and bought, and I will show it to you in just a second, is a griddle. They're $22 at Walmart, and I've got this griddle right here at about 220 degrees, but the mold itself is 100, 160, 170, 180 degrees. So what that's going to do is when you shoot that plastic in there, it doesn't cool too quickly, and therefore you won't have the large voids, the air bubbles, the dimples, and things like that. So let me get the plastic out of the microwave. We've already heated it up. I've got it pre-mixed. We're going to go ahead and heat it up. I've already got it heated up. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. We're going to inject it, and then we're going to show you how to do it. All right, while we've got the plastic being finished up heating, I want to show you. I use these type of clamps. Now, they're the big C clamps. Now, you're not trying to just squeeze it where it breaks it, but you got to put good pressure on it. Otherwise, you'll get flash around the edges, and that is so irritating, and it's so hard to get rid of. So you want to get a good tight clamp, not overly tight where it's just breaking the mold, but you want to get it very tight. Second of all, you want to have your injector. It's very important to use these gloves. You've got a 220 degree griddle, 150 degree mold, 350 degree plastic, a lot of area that you can burn yourself in. I've never got burned, but I can say that I have got some cooler stuff that's like 150 degrees. It is still hot on your skin, so you don't want to do that. So here we go. We're going to get this out of the plastic, and we're going to try to make sure that we get the plastic up to around the 350 degree mark. So when we shoot it in there, it's plenty, it's thin enough viscosity wise that it goes in there and fills all the crevices of that mold with no voids whatsoever. So let's go to that next part. All right, we've got it out. We're at about 350 degrees for the plastic. The mold's good and hot. We're sitting on a good hot griddle. Now, one thing I'll tell you is always try to mix it up really good, but you're trying to avoid the bubbles in there as best you can. But there inevitably will be some bubbles. But by what we're going to do is by injecting it on this into a hot mold on a hot plate, we will inject it in there, and then it will cool at a very slow temperature, allowing some of the bubbles to go out of it. So let's go to this part right here. We'll draw up a full injector, put it right on, try to make it nice and flat. We'll push till you feel resistance. Don't overly try to drive it through. We'll pull up, and then you want to fill that cavity up, the sprue, because as it cools, it will actually draw plastic from the sprue in there to actually fill up some of the voids. So there we go. And then we'll shoot the rest of that back down in here. Now, I have shot it, so let's take a look at the way it looks. When you shoot it, you see you need to put about a dime size, because what's going to happen as that cools, that will actually draw down into the mold. And when it draws down into the mold, if you don't have enough in the sprue, it will actually create those voids, because as that's cooling, and sorry for the shaky camera work, as it's cooling, the plastic is contracting and drawing in. You can already see right now, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it on the camera, but you can already see where it's actually going down into those voids. But like I said, these are wonderful to use on A-rigs. You can throw them on a little small jig head with a spinning reel. It's fantastic. It's just a great alternative to have when you're mixing it in with something like this on an A-rig, or just, you know, it's great to throw, because these are expensive to make. They're expensive to when people buy them. These right here, you can make tons of these for very, very economical price. I mean, rage tails come for like $5 for like $4, or $6 for $4. I really don't know. You can make these for about a pack for about 80 cents worth of plastic and dye. And this is a smoke color. I want to show you the colors I'm using. This is a silver smoke pearl. It is a wonderful color. I love this color. I've got tons of colors up here. I mean, and I've got tons over here. I've got chartreuse, clears, reds. I'm going to make some reds for the spring when I put them on the back of my chatterbaits. Let's see here. I've got a chatterbait right here. This one's about war slap out. You can see the hook's about gone. But I will put a red chatterbait on the back of this, and it is phenomenal. Throw it through here. I've got lots of baits over here that were in the process of repairing and things like that. I love to do those type of deals. But like I said, #1 tools, gloves. Get you a heat grill. It's $21, $22. It's well worth everything that you'll spend on it. And I'm going to show you, while we let this cool, I want to show you some of the baits I've been making. They'll be going out tomorrow. Probably won't coincide with the video, but they'll be going out tomorrow. This is some orders that I've had, beautiful orders. They turned out wonderful, and we'll take a look at some of the colors that we have in there. I'm not really crazy about doing the tri-laminate colors, especially with the amount of moisture and humidity in the air. It makes it very, very tough to not have the huge amount of bubbles in there. I don't have a vacuum, don't plan on getting a vacuum. Things are expensive, but we've got some great colors in here. So I'm going to turn these around while we wait, and then we'll get back and pull these out of the mold and let's take a look at them. All right, so we got 4-inch. This is the smoke color. As you can see, it's got the, you know, just a little bit of translucent in it. It's a great color. This is what I call purple haze. It is smoke with just a hint of purple. Now you really can't see it unless you're in the sun, but it has a wonderful tint. These are the 6-inch version of that. They all go together in order. Now this is the smoke without the purple. See, it's just a smoky color. It's a beautiful color. This is a light smoke color, like really, really light. It's almost clear with just a hint of it in there. Wonderful color. It's one of my favorites. Now you have pearl here in the 4-inch and pearl in the 6-inch. Now notice as you go from 4-inch to 6-inch, how these, let's see if I can get it focused, how these colors change with the translucency of them. And then of course we have good old sexy shad. Those are very, very hard to make right now. Just because of the humidity in the air is causing a lot of problems with that, with the bubbles and trying to get all 3 layers to bond together properly. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pull these out. They should be cool enough. They're going to be somewhat warm still because they're in a 150-degree mold. Always make sure you turn your griddle off too. But they'll be somewhat set, but they're not completely set. And any of the old plastic you have, don't throw it away. Put it right back in there and reuse it. If you have baits that you use and you tore up, throw them back in there and you can reuse it. The old particles, they'll come to the top as you stir it and you scoop it out with a spoon, very easy. You can reuse baits almost infinitely. We're gonna go ahead and pull these apart. Let's see. Let's see if we can get, where's it gonna come out at? Oh boy, come out of there. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They look good. Okay, so we're gonna pull this out. Here's one section, and here's another. Now, those are beautiful. A beautiful smoke, a light smoke color. Look at that. And all you do is, now they're still soft, but one thing you'll notice is there's no dents, there's no cold where it caves in because the cold mold and things like that. You just pull them off the sprue, just like this. I take the sprue, throw it back in the other plastic. You've got 3 smokes, beautiful A-rig baits. Here's 2 more. Take the sprue, throw it in there. So now we have created a pack, and we're talking, and of course, if I'm doing this, it doesn't take this long, but we're going through some of the process, but we've created literally a pack of rage tail 3-inch Rage swimmers or Kitech swimmers, whatever you want. You can use the plastic you'd like. I've used several different brands, and a lot of people like the dead-on plastics, but I prefer the bait plastics that you buy on Amazon. I find that I get far less bubbles than I do with the dead-on plastics. I don't know why that is, and they offer different hardnesses and things like that. But this is a swim bait, or I think it's a medium, but it does great, and they're cool. They're not cool. I mean, they're not set yet, so we'll just set them aside. And what I try to do is I try to set them where the tail is up, and try to get it where it doesn't set with a curl in the tail, because wherever way it sets is the way it tends to come through the water. So you want to try to set them as straight as possible, set it with that tail up like that, and then you come back within 1 day, throw them in your box, and you've got yourself a pack of Rage swimmers. Now, if I was making them by deal, I'd pull those out, pop those back on, and we would have this thing right here rolling. It would literally be, we could dish out 100 in an hour. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's long, but it's fun. These are something new that we're trying to do here. We're going to expand in some stuff. Hopefully by the end of the year of 2023, we're going to have rods, baits, and several other little secret items that we've got coming along that'll be on our website. Hopefully we're going to have that website up by the middle of next year and have everything available on the website by the end of next year. We got a lot of big stuff planned for the Guru Nation, but thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Ring